So that was news. So let's recap here. Let's go to our baseball summer here and let's go ahead and get that squared away.
No soda, no butter, or put up with that. The first thing that has to change here is you, young man. You need to man up and start showing some respect.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play.
All right. So, yeah, we got to play the music because it's time for baseball summer as well. And with our baseball summer, we've been doing our versions of action. So, and we talked last week about the Frederick Keys, who are going to be back in business with the Orioles. Good for them. Aberdeen is, matter of fact, and I mentioned that real quick since I mentioned it. Aberdeen is going to continue on with the team in Aberdeen. They are going to be now take the place. So they're essentially going to swap. So the Ironbirds will swap. They will be the draft league team. And they're going to go ahead and continue on. It'll save a little bit of cost there. And the Keys will now be the single A, high A team for the Baltimore Orioles. Now, let's talk about what happened last week while that was going on. We had the MLB trade deadline. Now, we talked about a lot of the Orioles stuff last week. So we've cleaned out our bullpen. If you've seen how it looked this week, my goodness. They cleaned it out. They traded away Greg Soto. They traded away Sir Anthony Dominguez. You traded away Andrew Kittredge. You traded away, like, your bullpen has been cleared out. You traded away Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano. You traded away him. Two guys I think might have been most valuable Oriole, I think, as well. So you made a lot of trades. You got a lot of things. We covered a lot of that. But let's talk about the rest of the league as well. So I think one of the teams that really made a mark is the Padres. Mason Miller, JC Series from the Athletics, Leo DeVries, traded away for Leo DeVries, Brandon Nett, Henry Baez, and Miguel Nunez as well. So Pirates need to shore up that back end. I think this is a good move for him. Mason Miller, I'm just the biggest mark for Mason Miller. He's fantastic. Struggled a little bit early in this year, really gotten it together, really strong prospect. I doesn't cost anything. I can absolutely see the Padres committing to him over the long term as well. Sears, I think, is going to help him out a little bit as well. Astros, this I think is just, I think Correa wanted this himself. I think they traded away Matt Malinsky on the 31st to acquire Carlos Correa. Says shortstop. He's been playing third base. Correa, I think, this is where he's had his most success in his career. I think this is the reason it's happening. The Twins traded away a lot of players, like a lot of players. So I think probably even more than the Orioles. So that's surprising considering the fact that they had so much success, like more successful. I mean, they weren't that bad. I mean, they could have possibly, I don't know if they would have won the division, but I think they still had a punch of shot. So for them to be that all in, I don't think that's what this is, particular trade. I do think it is going to be because of the fact that Correa waived his no trade, wanted to go back to Houston and play. He is going to play third base. Speaking of third base, since you brought it up, this is big. What's wrong in Seattle? Not enough offense. Eugenio Suarez is one of the trades traded away for Tyler Locklear, Hunter Cranen, and Juan Burgos on July 30th. Needed offense. That's what's wrong. They're going ahead and they don't score enough runs. Why haven't you won playoff games? Why haven't you done what you needed to do? Is because you are not scoring enough runs. That's what's going on. And so they went out and got somebody that can go ahead and help them score runs. Did I put Josh Naylor? They got Josh Naylor. I don't think I put it here. But Josh Naylor was also a guy that went ahead and got placed first. So they're scoring more. they're scoring more, and that's the thing that they have to do. You have to go out there and give it a shot here. They already love the closer entrant, right, for Joe and Duran in Philadelphia. So they definitely had their eyes, I know, on Felix Bautista, and they got Duran. He's going to be the guy that's going to come in the ninth inning for them. The Phillies, I think they're the best team in the MLB that I've seen this season. A good group of veterans. We know about Harper, Schwarber, Trey Turner, Rumilata, definitely Wheeler, Archie Suarez, even though they ranked Suarez wasn't good today, but this is their time there. They want to go ahead and actually do it. So this is a big move. I think getting a closer was so important for them as well. Another team needed help late in the innings was the Yankees. They get David Bednar for Rafael Flores, Edwin Perez, and Brian Sanchez as well. So bit up and down. Like, this was a guy not that long ago was really on the out, but he's really kind of resurrected himself. It looks like he's going to be in the eighth inning with Luke Weaver, but they must feel much better now, considering they lost Clay Holmes last year. They go ahead and get Bednar. I think the Yankees are still the Yankees as far as that goes. They haven't looked great lately. I mean, that's obvious, but I think the pieces are there to go ahead and do that. And they need to get Judge back in the lineup as well. But I think the Yankees, that's a good, solid move. Merrill Kelly from the D-backs has been traded. Rangers are still hanging in. I think they get Cole Drake. They traded away Cole Drake, Gary Hageman, Mitch Bratt on the 31st. So this also is a sign that they still think that they can go ahead and do some damage, do some things, actually going ahead and winning that division. So I think that division is still 3 to the post. So you see the Astros making moves, buying. You see the Rangers buying. You see the Mariners buying, right? So all 3 of those teams are trying to actually win and actually get things done there as well. Ryan Housley for the Cardinals as well. So late inning help. They actually went and also got Greg Soto. They got Hesley there as well. Jesus Bios, Nate Odom. Let me tell you something. Not a lot of major league trades, which surprised me, and not a lot of real prime prospects were traded. I noticed that. There was a lot of prospects traded. You saw a lot of top organization 20 prospects. You got to give up something, but I didn't see any real, a Sam Basayo wasn't traded, right? Andrew Painter wasn't traded. Guys like that, you saw decent enough prospects, but I think this is why you didn't have some of the artillery and all that, a lot of expiring contracts. Blue Jays did something. I don't think they did enough, but they did get Shane Bieber from the Guardians. Beaver, I don't think is pitched all year long, but it's a good ad. I think this is kind of what the Blue Jays, they kind of always try and go under the radar when they sign players. So this is good under the radar guy, might help you down the stretch. Beaver, I think, is going to go and help the Blue Jays. A couple more. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. I think this is actually a good player. I think McMahon actually kind of is going to give you some of the things that you thought you were going to get from Mayhew. McMahon has been good. Now, he has been in Colorado. It is tough to tell sometimes with the Rockies players when you move them out of there. But he's been really good for them. So interesting to see how that goes. Carmelo Duvall, another late inning guy for 4 Giants prospects. So we talked about Bend. We talked about that. They understand that the late inning has to get better. I do think they obviously need Judge, but I think the Yankees have done a lot. Thumbs up. Who do I give it to? The Mariners, I think, is one of the biggest winners. I saw a lot of people say that the Mariners were the best. I don't think they did as much as San Diego did. So San Diego, getting Ronald Hearn, getting Liriano, getting Mason Miller, getting Sear, I think they did the most. I do think they closed the gap with the Dodgers, who were awfully quiet. And I think the Yankees did well. I think they did what they needed to do. The Yankees have no hesitation. about getting none. So I don't know. The Yankees don't have a problem with that. Also, 2 thumbs down. Brewers really didn't do anything at all. I think even the Cubs did a little something. These teams in the NL Central just inactive. Just don't do enough. Like, I don't know what the problem. They could have done, especially the stuff that was done. Kind of say this a lot. Dodgers, I think, did something. I think, though, not as much as San Diego. I think San Diego did close the gap. I think that's why they're a thumbs down, because they let San Diego got a little bit closer to them. Blue Jays, even though they got Shane Bieber, I didn't think they did enough. I think you have a chance in that division. You've been in first. They didn't act like it. I think they got Shane Bieber. They tried to do something under the radar. So there you go. Out the Orioles deals, couldn't go over everything, but those were some of the bigger ones. I thought those were the top deals that went on at the MLB trade deadline. So now let's get to the Orioles. The Orioles report. Yes, the Orioles are still playing. Stuff is going on with the Baltimore Orioles, so let's go over that as well. Luis Vasquez last Friday was recalled from Norfolk, and they selected Jordan Adams. And from Chesapeake, Bowie, selected Terran Vavra. Terran Vavra has been up and down so many times. This transaction wire is going to be, keep your eyes on it. It's going to see a lot. So, because now you're pretty much conceding you're out of it. You're looking for guys to get playing time, and all that other stuff. So you're absolutely taking a look at that. Orioles did make an acquisition. They got Derek Enns from the Detroit Tigers. So what's the big deal here? He is an active major league reliever as well. So he's going to be in the bullpen, kind of filling in as best he can for some of the guys who lost. He was cut really by the Tigers. So essentially what happened is they made it a trade, cash considerations as well. So they went ahead and activated him. Ryan Noda, who actually had a big hit in one of the games, claimed him off wages. After him to Norfolk, he has been up and down as well. Grayson, it's official, poorly kept secret. I put this on Twitter. Grayson's done for the year. Tony Azzaleo informed reporters going to have surgery. They're going to get him ready for 2025, 2026. I wouldn't hold my breath. Like, this is very weird. What's going on with Grayson? They haven't even really talked about it. They haven't really said anything, so it's been strange. I don't think he's there to start 2026. Personally, I don't think that happens, but we'll see. Ryan Noda, we mentioned he got a hit in one of the games in Norfolk, so he was called up along with Terran Vavra. Also to Vidal Barjan, I don't know these guys that well, was claimed off wages, and also Carson Ragsdale from San Fran. Won't even linger there. Cade Povich was called up for the 15-day DL, and he activated Barjan. Also to options Houston Roth and Jordan Adams back to Norfolk. These guys are just killing time till they can expand the rosters. That's it. So they've been kind of doing this all year long, taking guys up, down, up, down, up, down. And I just think like this. Here's the next one. Jason Reitz, minor league contract as well. Evan Rodriguez for Kansas City. Houston Ross selected an option. Hidalgo, again, same thing. Hidalgo's like, it must be 4 or 5 times where he's been optioned, bought contract, up, down, then he's down again. And up, like, it's unbelievable. Brandon Young was brought up for the doubleheader. He's returned to Chesapeake. Like I said, we mentioned that some of these guys were brought up, brought down, etc. For that reason. Right after the deadline, Keegan Aiken was reinstated along with Adley Rushman. Hidalgo from Norfolk, they designated Jacob Stallings. Stallings is actually decent defensively, I think. Aiken, I think, actually got a chance to close. It's good to see Adley in there as well. Also, 2 signed Ty Nib and Brian Omada. Rock on. Tyler O'Neill left the game with discomfort. He's scheduled to get more imaging done. Seems to be a daily thing with Tyler O'Neill. He's just fighting injuries all the time. Like if it was in the service, he used to call these guys a sick call ranger. Like doesn't matter, always in sick call, always in the infirmary, always seeing the nurse. That's what Tyler O'Neill is. As good as he's been, and he was on a roll. Hitting, he was doing well. But he seems like he's a sick call ranger. He's always has these issues. Update: Tyler Maglino gave on Jorge Mateo and Gary Sanchez. Hopes that both will return in September as well. Mateo with the hamstring and Sanchez with the knee. I think you just want him healthy for 2026. I think you want to. That's the only reason I think you want to get him on the field. So on 2026, so they can come up and help you in 2026, or at least for themselves, they're healthy, so they can go out and get trade value for them. Or because they're going to be free agents, I think, in 2026. So get themselves back on the field. Alex Jackson can hit. I've seen enough. I think he's been good. I think he's got 9 doubles and all extra base hits. Gunnar Henderson has been good. Still not driving the ball. I'm going to put you in the good category, but you're not driving the ball, Gunnar. I think all year long on singles, doubles, seeing high, stuff like that. Jordan Westberg has been really good all year long. Was good last week. Cole Hauser struggling offensively as well. Bad outing from Yadier Cano. I think he's the worst. The bullpen in general, though, just nothing there. You've traded all these guys up and down. There's really nothing in the minor leagues there, so it's nothing there as well. This week, Sacramento A's, you'll be home, and I'm calling them the Sacramento A's. I'm not calling the Athletics. In Sacramento, call them the Sacramento Athletics while they're in Sacramento this season and at least 2 more seasons, we think. The Mariners, I think I just said, might be the trying to win the American League West. I think one of the best teams maybe in all of baseball as well. And Trevor Rogers was great twice. Trevor Rogers was great in the loss, I think. 8 innings, complete game, first one since 2022. He was outstanding in that. Even though they lost 1-0, he gave up 1 run in 8 innings. He was great again today. I don't think he was as good, but really good. 100-some pitches as well, and only gave up the 1 run in 6. Did get the win. I think Rogers, it might be, if we go, the number 1 guy in 2026 as far as he could be your opening day starter. He's been that good. ERA under 2. All just fantastic.